JC?
Yeah, JC.
Okay, what about you, Christian?
Yeah, I do, and you got
All right, man. I'm gonna thank 3 people, and then the mic and the floor will be yours. Okay?
Go ahead.
Huge, massive fucking shout out to Ashley, Sophia, and Anne. Ashley, Sophia, and Anne each sent $50. All 3 of you guys. I'm so very grateful for you both. Please show some love to Ashley, Sophia, and Anne down below. And Ashley with 50 says, Dean, my ex was exactly like that man, referring to the crazy man who we spoke with earlier, and he harmed me a lot. That man talked exactly the same way as my ex. He's definitely dangerous. Thank you for continuing to call them out and speak against these awful people. I'm so sorry that you ever had to date anybody that resembled that man in the slightest, and I really do hope that you're safe now. Thank you for the $50. Sophia says, next time ask him if his daughter was in a dressing room, how would he feel about that? I did ask him that question, and he said it would be wrong if it wasn't Trump. That's how he would feel about that, Sophia. Then Anna with the $50 says, thank you so much for standing up for women. I'm 70 years old, and this is just a continuation of what all women have put up with over the years. And I appreciate you for the $50. I hate hearing that, man. I appreciate you so much for the love, man. Go ahead, take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
The reason I support him, I don't know if you've heard this before. It's a little weird, but he is who he is. Does that make sense? Like,
why am I just getting like nut jobs on the stream today? Actually, that was a little bit too mean. I'm not going to call you a nut job yet, but I'll just answer your question. You asked me if that makes sense. No, it does not make sense.
Okay. Can I elaborate then, please?
Yes.
Okay. When I see Trump on the stage acting as the president, like 80% of what we see on that stage, I think, is what's going on back doors. So I'm not defending the man personally. I agree with a lot of things you said. He's a dick. He's a narcissist. There's times I want to smack him upside the head like, bro, shut up. But I support him because, at least in my opinion, I feel he is being honest to how he actually feels for the most part. No one can honestly say any politician out there is 100% honest. No one is.
So you think that Trump is honest to how he feels? That's false. He's actually told more lies than literally any other president in recorded U.S. history. In his first term, he told 30,000 combined lies, and he told the largest lie out of any sitting president with his denial of the outcome of the 2020 election. He's never honest about how he feels. Literally fucking never. And that's been perpetually proven since he walked into politics in the early 2000s.
But he is who he is. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's an honest liar. He admits he lies. He admits he does dumb things.
Okay, listen.
How many politicians are honestly honest about a lot of their things?
Admitting that you lied about something would mean holding yourself accountable. So in order for your argument to be true, this means that Donald Trump holds himself accountable. Can you please point me towards an instance of Donald Trump holding himself accountable?
That's a fair point. I can say the same question to any politician out there.
No, you can't.
I don't think anyone really holds themselves accountable.
Okay, well, we don't see
Kamala Harris has never held herself accountable for hiding evidence against people that she convicted. She never came accountable for it.
The claim's not true.
It is true.
No,
it's documented.
What you're referring to would be a case that she prosecuted of a man on death row. And then 20 years later, that man tried to appeal that case because of new DNA evidence. But Kamala Harris, as the prosecutor, was so certain in her conviction that she petitioned the court to not even hear out the new DNA evidence and just to reject it because it'd be wasting the time of the court. Ultimately, she lost that petition. And they did hear out the new DNA evidence. And in fact, it just proved his guilt again. So she ended up being right. That was just a waste of the court's resources.
Whether it's a waste of the court's resources or not, everyone has a right to appeal and ask for a retrial.
And she had a right to petition the court not to hear this new DNA evidence.
Which is weird. If you're so sure, it's like, fine, go up. Go nuts.
Well, it's not weird at all, okay? Prosecutors have that right because new evidence can only be submitted into cases that are closed under very specific guidelines for very specific reasons, and she had the legal right to make the argument that those reasons and guidelines were not sufficiently met, and she ended up being right. Well, I mean, I don't see that she did anything wrong. Prosecutors do that all the time. I mean, it's kind of like the goal and the job of the prosecutor to be confident in their convictions. Like literally their convictions.
But still, the point remains. Like,
how about this? What's one good thing that Donald Trump has done in his second administration that thinks that you make him a good president? What's your favorite Trump policy?
I'm not into policies.
What's one accomplishment of his second administration?
Again, I don't support policies. I support the man himself.
Really? Really? You support the man? The man that was found guilty of 34 felonies? The man that was found guilty of raping a woman? The man that boasted about how funny it was when he sexually exploited naked women and girls?
Two different things.
They are. But he raped her. And I'll tell you why. Do you agree that a man forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina with his fingers is rape?
Is it on his thing that he is convicted of rape or sexual assault?
Quite frankly, please answer my question. Do you agree that a man forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina with his fingers is rape?
Yes.
Okay, that's what they found him guilty of. They just legally had to call it something else.
No, if it was rape, they would have labeled it as rape.
No, because the courts had a weird definition of rape. Their weird definition of rape that both you and me disagree with was just the penetration of the vagina with a penis. But, he penetrated her vagina with his fingers. So, I mean, he still raped her, but they just had to legally classify it as something else because sometimes the laws get it wrong.
I do agree. Sometimes the laws do get it wrong, and I don't like the wording for a lot of that stuff. So that I will agree with you on.
Okay, so you agree that he was found guilty of rape. Perfect.
Sexual assault and rape are two different things.
I know, but you agreed that he raped her.
He didn't.
Yeah, because you agreed that a man forcefully penetrated a woman's vagina with his fingers is rape. That's the action the jury held him liable for. They just had to call it something else because the law classified it as something else. But the law's classification of it as something else is not reflective of what it truly was. And we've agreed that the law's classification of it as something else is not reflective of what it truly was, since we can agree that a man forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina with his fingers is truly rape.
But that's only one side.
What?
It's one side of the story.
No, that's just what happened. Like, we're talking about the objective facts of the outcome of that court case. It is objectively true that jury determined that he forcefully penetrated a woman's vagina with his fingers. Therefore, we believe, you and me, we believe that ruling is reflective of the jury determining that he raped her, since we classify that action as one of rape.
You got me. I'll admit, you got me there. So yeah, I would have to agree with you.
Okay. So, I mean, I think that you just make my case really easy, because you're telling us that you don't support him because of his policies, you support him because of the man he is. Well, that's like the worst thing about him.
But
the man he is the rapist. The man he is the sexual exploiter. The man he is the felon. The man he is the one that walked into politics because he wanted to be racist against Obama, arguing that he was born in Africa. The man he is the one who threatened to invade our allies. The man he is the one who called for the execution of Democrats in Congress. The man he is the one who threatened to genocide 90 million people in Iran. The man he is the one that claimed to be a Christian, then on Easter attacked the Pope and praised Allah, then depicted himself as Jesus Christ. So if you support him because of the man he is, it makes me really question who you are. The man you are.
I will say this. A lot of the stuff that you're mentioning, I'm not going to mention the Iran stuff, and, Christianity and Catholicism are completely two different things. You could be a Christian and attack the Catholic religion. They're two completely different religions.
But I don't think that you could be a Christian, attack the Pope, praise Allah, and then claim to be God. Like, I think if you do all three of those things, there's an issue there. Like, you're not a Christian.
But let's go back to some of the other things he did, like the sexual rape stuff. That was a long time ago. So now, I'm not saying just because a long time ago was good. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I want to make that clear. If it happened 20 years ago, it happened 20 years ago. It's still bad. But do you think he could have changed from 2005 to 2026?
Considering
Is that
the
a
facts,
possibility?
considering the fact, like in 2025, he was calling for her to be thrown in jail. No.
No, the act itself. Do you think he could have not be that way with those acts anymore?
Yeah, my answer is no. Because in 2025,
So-
he called for her to be thrown in jail. Like, I already
But he
don't
didn't
know.
do anything.
I'm already like not convinced that a rapist can change. Because I kind of think that in order to rape somebody, you have to lack foundational moral virtues of caring about other people. And I'm not sure that you could like just change and then gain those foundational moral virtues.
I agree with that. But where I'm going with this is
Okay, well then you accept that he can't
Well,
change in virtue of
no,
that
no,
fact
but the
alone.
point
Okay, like
where
I
I'm going
was
with
I
this,
was
sir,
even
the
kind of
point
given an
is-
argument beyond just that. Like my argument
but I was
isn't
going-
just like
going
I'm
somewhere
not
with
convinced
this.
that rapists can change, but also, well, I mean, let's just assume that rapists could change. Okay, well, if a rapist truly were to change, they would end up like hating themselves and like I don't know, maybe committing suicide in many circumstances. I would assume. I like it would be really bad. Like my point is, if a rapist really did change, they would really hate their life and they would just like worship the ground that their victim would walk on. But he called for her to be thrown in jail in 2025, which is very clearly not hating their life and worshiping the ground their victim walked on. So clearly, even if rapists could change, he didn't.
Can I get to the point where I was going with that?
Yeah, sure.
Is Joe Biden still a racist? Or do you think he changed out of that?
Okay, well,
I know it's weird that I brought up Joe Biden, but
Well, yeah,
there's
you're
a
asking
point.
me about
People can
Joe
change
Biden
over
being
time.
racist and Donald Trump
people
being
can change
a rapist.
over time.
Okay.
People can change over time.
Well, I don't
That's
think
the
that you can
point.
make such a black and white judgment about all actions. I think that you can change certain and particular attributes of your character, but the propensity to change those attributes is heavily dependent on to what extent you exemplified that characteristic and what that characteristic even was. Okay, so like I don't think that we could just say it's super black and white here. If you rape a woman and you say the N-word, you are just as likely to change from being a rapist as you are to change from not using the N-word anymore. It reduces down to like the individualistic attribute that we'd have to evaluate like within its own respect in consideration of the intention, the underlying foundational belief structure, the action, the harm caused, and like a billion other things.
Okay, I see your point. You make very good points. You may have changed my mind on a lot of things.
Okay. Hey, Parker.
What's up?
Oh, Parker, you're laggy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. I have Wi-Fi on.
You know, Parker, I'm having a bad day, dude. I'm having a
Why
bad
has your
day.
day been
He's
so
dealing
bad,
with
bro?
freaking weirdos. You should have seen the people he's dealing with. That's why.
This guy, by the way, Parker.
Would that
is
include
arguing-
yourself, sir?
This guy is arguing that he supports Trump because of the person and the man he is. And even this guy, who's saying that he supports Trump because of the person he is calling my
Yeah,
other
the
guests
person
fucking
he is
weirdos.
today is not the same as he was in
I just
2005.
Yeah.
I really want
Two
that
different-
to
I was
go
about
to
to say
show
something
you,
else.
Parker. I really want that to go to show you, Parker, just how insane our guests have been.
I'm not that insane.
Yeah, I bet recently it's
I've
been
made
pretty
very
crazy for me
reasonable
too. So,
arguments.
Yeah,
Trump
hey,
in
listen.
2005 is not the same in Trump in 2026.
Listen,
Why-
I'm
wait,
gonna think they're the
JCB,
same
why do you
person,
think you
but
are?
I'm gonna-
So, wait,
I'm gonna thank
Go
a
ahead.
couple people here, and then I'm gonna pass the mic to you, Parker, to talk to this guy because I just kind of think that my brain needs a break, low key. Samaya, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. You says thank you. Well, thank you for that love and support, Samaya. Let's get 200 Samaya W's. Isabel, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate you. And then Gail, thank you for the $34. Who says, hey, Dean, all that I could say is thank you. I've been watching you for a while now, and I respect the hell out of you. From Gail, well, thank you, Gail. Let's get 300 Gail W's. That is very, very kind of you. You, Julie, with the $10, who says, guess like that last one made me terrified to be a woman, referring to that psycho guy we had earlier. Yeah, bro. Rocco, I appreciate you for the $8. Deanna, thank you for the $24. Who says that last guest was the absolute scum of the earth. It's disgusting that people like him exist. Once again, referring to the psycho crazy guy we had on earlier. I really do appreciate you for the $24, and I couldn't agree with you more. Gabriella, thank you for the $12. Who says that last guest was so disgusting, referring to the same guy. Cheryl with the $10 says, thank you, Dean, for standing up and calling out these people of us who defend SA. I appreciate you for the $10, Cheryl. I really do. Lily, thank you for the $10 as well. Shout out to you and your grandma. Ash, thank you so much for the $14. And I'm so sorry to hear that guy's ideology impacted you, Ash. Thank you so much for the $14. Let's get 100 Ash W's. And then 2 more people to thank for now. Mr. or Mrs. I guess I don't know your pronouns. I'm not going to refer to you with any like gendered language. Link. Thank you so much for the $115 donation on PayPal. Link, you're the absolute goat, man. Thank you so much for that love and support. I'm so very grateful for you. Let's get 1,000 Link W's down below in that comment section. Like I said, I don't deserve a penny of that. You and everybody else have just been so incredibly kind to me today, and I'm so very, very grateful for you. Thank you so much for the $115. Link with a 115 says, I've been listening to you the entire time. It must suck for you. Trolls and the only Trumpies are literally, quote unquote, probably rapists. Stay hard, brother. You are a much better man than me and most other humans. Stay you, broski. Well, I don't know about that, Link. I think that, you sound like a great guy yourself, and I do really appreciate you for the $115. Thank you so much for that love and support. Please show some love to the GOAT link down below. Courtney sent $10 saying, keep your chin up. I'm fucking trying. And then Jeremy sent $5. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Marku with the $10 says, we need our own Dean in Finland. I appreciate you for the love. I bet that there's some killers out there. Barney, thank you so much for the $10. And Heidi, thank you for the $20 who says, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you too. Thank you so much for that love and support, Heidi. We still have a couple people to thank on Vimeo, but I'm going to pass the mic back to Parker. Go ahead and take it away.
JCB, why do you think you're so different than the other Trump supporters when you're up here defending the exact same behavior?
I'm not defending the behavior. You can defend a person on some of their better qualities and not everything. You can say the same thing about why a lot of people love Disney, but if you look at Walt Disney himself, he was a horrible human being, but you have to kind of divide the good from the bad. Trump is not the best person in the world. He's not someone I would ever trust with like my wife or my kid. I'm not saying he is, but
if you wouldn't trust a man with your wife, you shouldn't trust a man with your country.
That's 2 different things. He stands up for the country. He speaks truth for the country.
So
not everything he says should be taken as gospel.
But he doesn't stand up for the people that constitute the country.
He does.
Well, but you just said that he doesn't stand up for women and girls because you wouldn't trust him with your wife or your daughter.
You're conflating the man from the president.
I want you to listen and respond
I don't
to what I'm
support
saying.
the man himself.
So
but as the president,
so you trust President
I support
Trump
him
with your
as the
wife or
president.
kids. Well, also, now you're just
President-
completely contradicting what you said earlier, because what you said earlier
Not
was
at
the
all.
opposite. You said, I'm not a policy guy, I don't know what he's doing, I don't know what he's accomplishing, but I support the man he is. But now you're saying the opposite. You don't really support the man he is, but you support the president. Okay, so what's your favorite Trump policy? The whole, presidential aspect of him.
Again, you don't need to know the policies to understand that he wants to put America first.
Well,
Like,
can you name
people-
one way hold up? Can you name one way you think he's put America first?
Fucking crazy,
By
bro.
putting Iran back in their place.
So going to war with Iran after him claiming he's America first because he wants no new wars.
How many times has Iran threatened America and American lives
Wait,
over the
wait,
last
didn't he
50
claim
years?
that he was America first because he wanted no new wars? And now you're arguing he's America first because he wanted war.
I never said that sentence.
I was saying MAGA wanted this. That's what Trump was arguing.
I'm not MAGA.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. I mean, you're a
I'm
Trump
not.
supporter. You're MAGA.
That doesn't make you MAGA.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
If you support Trump, you are MAGA. That's the way that we use the term.
If you support MAGA, you are MAGA. MAGA is an extreme group on the right, and I hate the extreme groups in everything. I hate the extreme Christians. I'm a Christian, but there's extreme Bible-thumping Christians I cannot stand.
It sounds
You
like
can
that's
support
you.
someone, but not be so all deep into it. When I think of MAGA, I think of those people that have 100 shirts, 100 hats, have bumper stickers. That's what I
It
think
sounds
of when
like
I
you're
think of
just
MAGA.
against yourself. Just because you don't have a bumper sticker, that doesn't make you like that much different.
That doesn't make any sense. You can support
You're
something
the
but
same
not
as
be
those
a
people with the
diehard
bumper
Bolt
stickers.
fan.
You're the same as
So
those
since
people.
you supported Biden, are you a profound racist KKK supporter? No, you're not. And I don't believe you are. And
I
everyone
don't
says
think that's applicable
that
to
you
Joe
are.
Biden either. Now, I'm a Democrat. You could say that.
Yeah, and I do not believe
I'm a
that you are
liberal.
a KKK supporter. I will never say
Neither
that.
is Joe Biden. What's your point?
The point is, just because you support someone doesn't mean you are part of the cult that person has initiated.
Okay, well, when
You-
we say MAGA, I know that might trigger you, but when we say MAGA, that's just anyone who supports Trump.
Okay, so you're just using it as a blanket term.
Yeah, like for anyone who
Okay.
supports Trump.
Okay, well, I just wanted to understand because I'm not like that. I believe MAGA is a cult. They are a cult. And I'm not part of that stupid shit.
I mean, you support Trump even though he's held civilly liable of sexually abusing women. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He bragged about walking to the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where two 18-year-olds came out, said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms. You support him even though he's done all of these things, yet you claim you're so different than the others?
I condemn him for all those things. That's the difference. I'm not blind. All that
But you
stuff
still
is
support
wrong.
him in despite of it.
I'm supporting him as the president.
But like I understand, but like you don't even really know his policies, and even so, right? Like that's not something you should do. No violent sex offender should be president. Hell, I think it should be illegal for violent sex offenders to run for president of the United States. Why can't you agree with me on that?
It's the same reason I can ask you, why can a violent sex offender run for public office in California?
They shouldn't be able to anywhere in the country.
But they are. And that's a
Wait,
Democrat
they
policy.
are constitutionally right currently right now. What I'm saying is that under law it should be everywhere that they shouldn't be allowed
That's
to
the
run.
point. So because in California, if you are
Wait, that's not specific to California. That's every state.
No. I'm using California as an example here. In
Well,
California,
I think this is
if
a
you are
dishonest
sex-
argument
if
because
you-
it's applicable to every state.
in California, if you are charged and convicted of sexual assault against a minor, you can hold office. That is a Democrat policy.
No,
So-
that's not a Democrat policy. That's a policy that's true in every state. And what I'm
that's a
saying is,
Democrat policy. That's a Democrat policy
Wait,
in the
when
state of
was that?
California.
Can you tell me when a Democrat passed that? Like what? Like I'm confused. Sounds like he's a little bit silent. We'll give him time to go look that up. Give it a second.
Okay.
Is this another Trump supporter or?
So this person's actually been with us since nearly the beginning of the live stream, and I invited them up because I could see like the top gifters of the stream. They're literally number 1, and their name is literally "Please debate my mom, Dean." Please
Can I,
debate my mom, Dean. Welcome in.
Thank you. So my mom's actually sleeping right now, but I just really wanted to say, is there like another time that you could do this? Because I really think that you can change her. I really think
You know what,
that
bro?
you can,
You know what, bro?
because the thing is, I'm sorry, can I? Like,
yeah.
it's like, so my sister, my brother-in-law, they don't like Trump, right? And they talk about politics with my mom. It's pretty political, right? And my mom says that if there's like concrete proof that Trump is a sex offender, that she will stop supporting him. And the thing is, it's like, my siblings haven't shown them that. And I really want you to, like, one day.
Sure.
And also, I think it'd just be interesting if you guys debated.
Yeah, bro. Check this out. I'm gonna send you a follow on my second account. Clearly, you put the work into trying to get me to debate your mom. You've been here like the whole stream, and we've been live for almost 4 hours. You changed your name to "Please debate my mom, Dean," and you were literally the top fucking gifter, just try to get my attention to debate your mom. You put the fucking work in. So I want to make sure that work pays off. I hit you with a follow in my second account. I'm live every day for 4 hours. I usually start at around 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Roughly 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you want a notification when I go live, if you have Instagram, go to my Instagram account, click on the updates channel on my Instagram page, join the updates channel, make sure that you have your notifications on for it. Then you will literally get a notification on your phone when I go live, that like I left, and then tune into the live stream, hop inside of that queue, okay? And if I see you, I'll bring you up, okay? And if I don't see you, just like send a couple roses, and I'm sure that either I or the chat will see you, and then we'll get you up, okay?
Okay, I just have one like question though. What do you think of like Venezuela, like what Trump did, like with Maduro? You know,
I'll explain that while we're looking for the next guest. Talk soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it did really anything positive. He just exchanged one dictator for another. But now their new dictator, now America is stealing their natural resources, further destabilizing the nation, reducing their enrichment of natural resources. So if they ever are liberated,
We are Dean.
they'll have less resources to sustain and defend their liberation. Liv, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. Says, thank you for everything that you do. As a survivor, I can't really explain what it means to watch you fight. I wish that this world was better. Please never stop fighting, Dean. We love you. Well, Liv, thank you so much for the $25. I'm very grateful for you. Seriously, thank you so very much. And River, thank you so much for the galaxies. Yeah, man, I don't know. The people that we debate, they're just so fucking gross, dude. I struggle, man. I struggle debating a lot of these guys. I really do. I'll be honest. I really do, Liv. Thank you for the $25. As well as Suzanne, thank you so much for the $100 donation on Venmo. Let's get 1,000 Suzanne W's in that comment section. I really appreciate you so much for that love, Suzanne. Suzanne with a $100 says, thank you for always handling your debates with such character and standing up for what's right. I hope you know for every troll and crazy person, there's 1,000 people respecting and supporting you. Well, I appreciate you for that reminder and the very, very kind donation, Suzanne. I keep that in mind, you know, but it is hard when the people that we're actually talking to are just crazy nut jobs all day long. Thank you so much for the $100. Show some massive love to Suzanne down below. Joseph for the $20 sent this in 52 minutes ago, and we got done talking to that psychomaniac, idiot, crazy guy earlier. Joseph for the 20 says, you're a fucking warrior. Thank you for what you do, bud. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate you. Jessica with the 25